Within the eons and eons of human civilization, there have been trinkets and knickknacks that have stood the test of time. Of course, we're talking about... Oh god, definitely not that one. A little better, but still not there. Oh, maybe I should change the topic of this video. No, today we're going to be doing a deep dive into the legendary world of POPMART and see if it's worth the hype or if it's sealed itself with the same fate as Disney's Lorcana. Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Pancake Yoshi or Alberto. Welcome back to another video. Coming in hot with a different topic, but hey, trust the process. So it seems that POPMART has grown into this enormous conglomerate that I myself and a lot of people were not expecting. For those of you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, let me break it down for you. POPMART is a Chinese company that started all the way back in 2010, which when they started, they only had a select few figures. Now they've expanded to what I'm assuming is their wildest dreams. 15 years later, they're worth $30 billion, which surpasses Funko by $28 billion. I didn't even know about this fandom till about August of last year, when my friend's girlfriend told me about it. So what is it? The best way I can explain it is it's Funko Pops, but catered towards women. Many girls and women have tried correcting me by telling me that no, it's for all genders, which is true. There are some collections that are catered towards boys, but the general consensus is it's mainly for women. There are some series and lines that are marketed towards boys, so there's enough here for everyone. That doesn't mean that if you're a dude like myself, you shouldn't buy any. In fact, I have fallen myself victim into the POPMART trend and have one myself. I personally love the Peach Riot line. The art style is totally up my alley, and I ended up getting this one, which I am very happy about. My damn camera wouldn't focus on the figure. And if anyone tries to judge you for having a POPMART of your own, who the hell cares? You shouldn't care. And if anything, bring them to me. I'll deal with them. But the thing that differentiates Funko Pop from POPMART is POPMART comes in blind boxes, which come in series that range from theme. Each individual blind box will range around 16 to 20 USD. They do give you the option to buy the whole set with no extra discount for around 160 to 200 USD. To show a specific example, let's go on their site for a second. Okay, so once you're on the POPMART site, let's immediately go to the characters tab. Here is where you're going to find the different formats they separate their merch from. The main big ones that everyone goes crazy for are Skull Panda, sorry if I butchered this, Hirono, Crybaby, Space Molly, and the Monsters, which features Labubu, the absolute most sought after character in all of POPMART. We'll get into that in a little bit. And there's my favorite, Peach Riot, which features these 6-inch figurines of Gigi, Frankie, and Poppy. Right now I only have Gigi, which I showed earlier. I'll explain how I got her in a little bit. But let's check out the Monsters to see an example of what a set might look like. For a simplistic take, let's do Labubu x Coca-Cola collaboration. When you click on it, you see the single box and whole set that I talked about earlier. If we scroll down a little, we can see a picture of all the different Labubus we could potentially get if we go for the series. And that's about it. One last thing to note is that there is a chase or special edition you can get if you're extremely lucky, which are worth boatloads of money. So if you have luck on your side, you could potentially make bank on eBay. So why did this franchise seemingly blow up overnight? And what's the craze all about? I think a part of it has to do with the quality of the figures themselves. They are charging premium price, but they are able to back it up. My Gigi figure is pretty good quality and has no faults. My friend got a Space Molly figure because they were doing a TED collaboration, so he really wanted that one, but her quality was actually insane. You can move her arms, and the one that he got had little balls in her, and it was a clear little plastic body, so if you shake it, you can see the balls moving. I could totally see a kid playing with these. It just felt like a premium product. And it encourages gambling at a very young age. And who doesn't love gambling? Nah, I'm just playing. But there is a fun factor you get from opening a blind box surprise that you wouldn't get from just buying the toy itself. It's kind of why kids were hooked on those Kinder Egg surprise videos when they were younger. This is that for them now. Like, they're just growing up and this is what they have now. It's also why Pokemon cards have gotten so big nowadays. The craze is the same. It's the fun of the chase. Now personally, I don't like the whole blind aspect of it. Before I knew about POPMART, I would collect Funko Pops. And when I would spend $12, I knew exactly what I was buying. When I spend $20 on a Peach Riot figure, there's a chance I get one that I don't want. And I'm sure there's been instances where people get really sad or mad that they didn't get the exact figure that they wanted and want their money back or something, especially young impressionable children. But going into this, you should have the mindset of not caring what you're gonna get, or at least choose a line of figures that you wouldn't mind getting whichever one you land on. I personally love knickknacks, and I could see myself buying more POPMART figures in the future, especially Peach Riot ones because I love their art style. And even though I do love my Funko Pops, I do think it's a nice change of pace from the simplistic art style that Funko Pops have. Plus, I can do without buying my 13th Harley Pop. You know what though? POPMART has done collaborations with Disney, Harry Potter, Sanrio, Barbie, SpongeBob, Snoopy, freaking Teletubbies, and they have some DC collabs. Please give me a full Harley Quinn series. Please, 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 please. But I also think that these collabs contribute to POPMART's success as well. You see your favorite character, and you want to buy it, even if you're broke as a joke like myself. Also, if you live in the west coast of the US, I'm not sure if this is happening nationwide or worldwide, but there have been some sightings of POPMART machines sprawling up in usually big shopping areas or malls. I've seen some in my area as well, and I think that this has raised the bar for POPMART and the format itself. So as many of you may or may not know, vending machines are very popular in Japan and South Korea, as well as other Asian countries as well. In America, we had a lot of vending machines in the 80s and 90s, and going into the early 2000s, but by late 2010s, they were mostly gone. The vending machines that stood time were getting run down and made of horrible quality. The only place in America that you would see a vending machine was like in a dingy dark alley next to some hooded man trying to sell you some magic mushrooms. And after getting your Snickers bar, you'd have to run. I'm just playing. But seriously, they grew more and more scarce as time went on. In the contrary, they stayed, if not got more popular, in Japan. I actually went to Japan for a couple weeks not that long ago, and I saw a bunch of vending machines. I saw Coke, I saw Yakult. You wouldn't go 2 blocks without seeing one, and they were so cool, and good quality too. They were everywhere, even in residential areas, at least where I spent most of my trip in Tokyo. But these vending machines are very popular, with a capital P, and it's very cool to see this culture come to the US. Even though this is a Chinese company and not Japanese, I'm sure there's vending machines in China too. I'm just not sure. Although, this is America, so we'll always find some way to mess it up. And in America we have scalpers. This is why we could never have anything nice. Me and my coworker saw this firsthand. We saw people lining up as early as 7 a.m. at their nearest POPMART vending machine to cash the latest Labubu. And people are super disrespectful. If they're first in line, they buy like 20 or 30 Labubus at a time, leaving mere schmeckles for the people in the back of the line. Reminds me of that one Netflix movie. But yeah, by the time I went to go buy my Peach Riot, the top row was completely gone. And for those of you who don't know, Labubus are usually placed on the top row. Doesn't matter where you go, each machine will have the top row completely empty. I'm lucky enough that I don't really want Labubus. My Peach Riot section is always full, so I'm a very lucky POPMART fan. But yeah, we gotta do something about these scalpers, man. Very quickly, I want to talk about the knickknack craze outside of POPMART. There are different companies that are dipping their toes into the craze right now. Some notable ones are Sunny Angels, which feature figurines, and ones that you can attach on your phone. I got one for my friend's birthday, and she ended up getting the Chase, which at the time was worth $120. I'm sure it's worth more now, but it's still pretty cool that she got that one. You can imagine that if you really like gambling, you can get really into this and make a lot of money too. There's also, sorry if I butchered this, Smiski, which are these really adorable green figures. They're always doing something adorable or cool. I really like this one, but I just don't have one yet. Both of these are in the form of blind boxes, so you have to pick a collection that you like. But yeah, that's everything that I've gathered from this POPMART trend that's going on right now. I'm sure there's a couple things that I've missed, so leave a comment about your experience with this trend down below. Do you have any for yourself? Are you a fan? Or did you watch this video because you genuinely wanted to know some information about POPMART itself? Let's talk about all of this in the comments. But with that, I'm going to end off today's video. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It goes a long way for a small YouTuber like myself. I know this is generally a different video than you're used to if you're a past subscriber, but we'll get back into our animation stuff next video. I just like to try new things and use my channel as a platform to talk about whatever pops into my head. As always, my name has been Alberto, or Punkik Yoshi. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.